right, welcome back to another episode of Drew Wolfer is the worst streamer of all time. I set my stream up for apparently 12 p.m., but I meant to set it up for 1 p.m. That's my bad, so I had to change it. I appreciate everybody for showing up an hour later. We've got some people here from YouTube. We've got some people here from Twitter. It looks like Twitter is popping up my live, showing that I am live. That's wonderful. Thank you, Twitter, for finally showing people when I go live. If you're here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. We literally called out 2 trades that hit exactly perfectly yesterday, and you would have made some absolutely what I would call redonkulous gains, okay? Because I made them. All right, I'm going to show you the gains here in just a second. But I also called this out in the Discord if you were in, like, before, because I stream, right? But do you want to be beholden only to the streams, or do you want things in real time? That's why we're developing a Discord, so that people can be in it. I don't know. Give me time. Give me time to do it. I'm trying to do all these things. Give you free content. Give you free trades. If you've been watching my channel, all these streams since we've been streaming, you've like 7, 8, 9 potentially extra account off of the trades that I've done, because that's what I've done personally. Just saying. We're also going to give out a free guidebook that shows you exactly how to trade, and it's targeted. It shows you everything that you need to know from step 1 all the way up to what's my strategy to trade and how to implement it, how to take trades, what kind of trader you are, everything. Charting patterns, candlesticks, indicators, everything that you can think of. Market psychology, fundamental analysis, risk management, proper position sizing, different strategy, boom, everything that you could want. And we're giving that out for free, because that's what I do. I give things out for the free 99. I 7x people's accounts for free and don't ask them for anything except for a like and a follow. So if you're here from YouTube, make sure you like the video, make sure you hit subscribe, baby, and then boom, bang on the notification bell. Let's show you the trades that we talked about yesterday. If you don't know who I am Drew Wolfer. I am the host of the Wolfer Power Hour. So welcome to the Thunderdome. It's about to get nuts. Let's do my handy dandy transition. Is that me? If you don't know who I am, like, just, I don't know, go look me up. Go Google Drew Wolfer. Go Google Drew Wolfer Pro Trader, Verified Pro Trader. I'm a Verified Pro Trader. I'm the commodities guy on verifiedinvesting.com. Blah, blah, blah. Do with that information whatever you want. Gave people this profitable gold trade Monday, right? And it hit today. You made gains. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just a big friggin' idiot with a basket weaving degree from basketweaving.com online accredited university, who is president of the bowling league, and also the volunteer secretary of the badminton club. Okay. And I went 3 times All-American in crocheting. You should pay attention to me, or not, but you're here, so you might as well listen. Because I do have a trade that's netted me over $5,000 in the past day. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do. In any case, we are still in a downtrend. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. We'll be able to see it better. Okay, here's your downtrend. All right, this was the end of the uptrend. You had your all-time high. You had your higher low, right? And then you had your lower highs, lower, blah, 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 right? So technically, this was the start right here. Okay, this set a lower high or a lower low. Okay, then you had your higher high, right? And then your higher low. Okay, this was the beginning of the end, though, right? Higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Are we going to come down here, take this out and set a lower low? Probabilities say yes on Bitcoin. Okay. You are in a downtrend. It's very clear to see. I can draw it with a friggin' pencil. I could go back to kindergarten class with all the kindergartners, Billy Madison style. Stop looking at me, Schwan. And I could draw this with a friggin' crayon. Downtrend, right? But what do we know about downward trending channels? They like to break out because you can't just trend down forever, because guess what? If you do, you go to the big fat nasty $0 hairs. Okay. So that's not what's going to happen. Bitcoin's not going to $1. Eventually this will reverse and go up. Okay. When does that happen? Subject to interpretation. Subject to interpretation. Okay. But in any case, you have lost every moving average that matters on pretty much any time frame that matters. Okay. So let's get to it. Not on every time frame that matters, but most time frames. So the monthly, you're still holding up the 9 moving average, which is great, you know, but you also have a topping tail candle here. You have a topping tail candle here. And guess what you have here? A topping tail candle here. Better known as the inverted hammer. Okay. Where's it at? Give it to me. Help me, Tom Cruise. Where's the candlesticks? Boom. The shooting star. Look what happens. Blah-dow. Goes down. Okay. What happened here? Blah-dow. Went down. What's happening here? Blah-dow. Probably going to go down, right? I think we need to come down here to about 74K right here. Right down. Right? And that's what I've been calling for quite a while. If you have things that you want me to look at, drop it in the comments section. We need some participation. Participation from the crowd, please. If you enjoy the content, I appreciate you for showing up. Let me put on the music for you. Some feel-good techno. Get everybody in the mood. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're at 81.3. Okay, we were talking about this yesterday. The weekly chart. We've lost the 9. We've lost the 9. Reminds me of Goodfellas. Yeah, we call him Tony 2 times because everything he says it 2 times. I'm going to go get the papers, We lost the 9, lost the 9. We lost the 21 SMA. Starting to curl down. 50 is right here at $76,000. We bounced off of it, right? I think we wick under it, hit 74, we bounce. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping for. Please help me, Tom Cruise. Because everybody's running around looking like friggin' Ricky Bobby right now, man.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise.
This is good.
Help me, Tom Cruise. With your Scientology crazy witchcraft magic, man. Help me. Here's the good thing. We also have the bull flag on the monthly that's still, you know, there. The bull fliggity. That bull fliggity, the bliggity fliggity, baby. If you don't know what a bull flag is, just go to my handy dandy documents, man. The documents that I'm going to give you for free. You're welcome. Isn't there a kids movie that The Rock is in? Something like that. I heard him saying you're welcome in a song one time. In any case, this is a bull flag. That's a bull flag. They break out. Chances are you're going up, right? So we come down here. We hit the 0.618 retrace. Bam! Hopefully that didn't scare you. Get a little excited. Boom, bam! We trend up to new all-time highs at about 125. 125, 127. 127, 130. 35. 35, 47. 45, 47. If you ain't seen the About the Benjamins movie with Mike Epps, go watch it. I'm not talking about Trump's presidencies, 45 and 47. Right? Even though Trump's the reason this happened. Trump tariff talks, triple T's. Trump tariff talks, blick up. Just like I was saying it was going to happen yesterday. Massive, massive dump. Okay? We do have the bull fliggity on the 1 month chart. So it's not all bad news, right? And then we also have this. Where's my 1 week? Oh, man, the 1 week bear fliggity is about to break down. Dude, we got to stay above. Essentially, we got to stay above $84,000 for the bear fliggity not to play out. Where's that bear fliggity taking you? Well, at least $68,000. I don't like it here. It's scary here. I'm scared. right? So, yeah, the shorts are looking strong right now. But in any case, you do have the 50 moving average right here at about $77,000 that you got to get through. And it is trending upwards, which makes it easier for you to break under it. But that's all I'm saying. Let's get to the daily chart. I'll show you the daily levels. Unfortunately, we have a rising wedge on the daily that has basically is getting ready to confirm a breakdown. Okay. That takes us to $77,000. Where are your take profits at, Drew? Since you're so freaking smart with your stupid braids, man. And your dumb basket weaving degree from the online accredited university, you're a master's degree, you got a 3.953 GPA. Go check it on LinkedIn. I am on LinkedIn. You can go look at my profile. 76.6 is my take profit. My first one's at 78. Okay? I'm front running this. I'm front running it. And guess what is at 78K, right? The bottom end of these closes 78.3. 78.3. And then we got 76.6, right? That's my take profits. Those are two take profits. I've already taken profits twice. I took profits right here at 81.7, right whenever we came down here the first time. And then I'm also going to take my full position take profit at $74,324. So I've already locked in like 19 hundo. We've got 36 pending. Whatever. So if this does indeed break down, okay, this is likely going to take us down to take out these previous lows right here and then continuation on the downtrend, right? But it's not all bad news bears. It's not all bad news bears, okay? All you got to do, all right, a lot of times whenever you see stuff like this happen, right, you can take your fibs and you can just see where we're going, right? So right here, you can see what your retrace. Let's see, where's it at? There it is. Hold tight. As you can see, you retrace to the 0.5 fib. All right, like pretty easy to see that. Okay, now let's drag it from here to here to this low. Okay, as you can see, even on that candle, you came all the way down. You retraced to the 0.618 and the 0.5 fib again. You retraced to the 0.5 fib again here, right? So let's see what this one did. That one retraced all the way to the 0.786, which is pretty darn decent. And then from this high, you look again, 0.618, 0.5 retracement. So you could probably assume that if you come down here and you set a lower low, you could retrace to the, 0.5, 0.618 fib, right? Which would be somewhere in the $82,000 to $83,600 range, right? So even if you come down here and say that you get to the previous, my target, which is the previous all-time high, right around 73.7. That's close enough. You could probably retrace right back up here to about $83,000, somewhere in the $81,000 to $83,000 range, right? That's where you could start averaging in for your next leg down short, or you could say, okay, and that is also the retest of this rising wedge pattern. What is a rising wedge pattern, you ask? I'm glad that you asked. It is a bearish pattern. As much as people think that that is a bullish pattern, it is not. Rising wedges break down, okay? Rising wedges break down. And if you want this resource, drop your stuff in the comment section and tell me that you want that stuff. Drop it in the comment section. I'll give it all. I'm giving it all out for free, man. I'm not charging people for this stuff. Okay, so we are now confirming a breakout. If you go down, especially if you go down to the hourly and the 4-hour charts, we have confirmed a breakdown of this wedge, right? And now we're retesting it and potentially falling to 77, 78K. All right. Now, here's the thing. This is your breakdown candle. Okay. This is TA 101. This is the breakdown candle. This is the confirmation candle because it closed under the close of the breakdown candle without price reversing back and closing above this level again. Right now, if price reverses and closes back above this level, we got to reset this entire pattern all over again. And ultimately, what you want to see for the shorts on this is this is your breakdown candle, and then you want to see a candle that closes lower tomorrow on this. Because this is like a pretty significant wedge pattern. And as you can see, as long as we close this candle below like $82,000, you're confirming it on the 4-hour chart. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger. All right? That's what's happening. Now, let's talk about the trades that I gave out yesterday. Because if you were in those trades, you'd be over here looking like me, right? Making money. We getting money over here. What it do, pimpin'? See y'all boys looking, but y'all lames ain't trading. Hold up. Hey, yeah, it's something wrong with it. There is something wrong with Bitcoin right now. It is going down. That's that Young Jeezy. If you don't know about Young Jeezy, look him up. You can Google him. From Atlanta. All right. Let's get down to the hourly chart. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Take this rising wedge off of here. So we talked about this cup and handy. All right. Called out the cup and handy yesterday. I actually called it out inside of my Discord too. Okay. Right here. Right now. That's not my Discord. Sorry. That's a different Discord. Called it out right here. Not this one. And then I posted the screenshot profits being like, bang, 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 bow. Right? Bang, bang. Like Chief Keef said back in the day. Right here. Bullish charting pattern on Bitcoin. Traverse carefully with Trump crypto talks, whatever. And I basically gave people, I said, look, we're breaking out of this. I gave people the entry right here. And I said, here's your target. Where did we hit, Drew? The exact target. No big deal. That was it. That was your trade, right? This was your trade right here. Hit the target perfectly. Just saying. And then I basically told everybody, look, also, whoops. Once we hit up on that $88,000 level, that's where you start shorting. And especially if we come down here to this $85,000 level, oh yeah, that's short city all day, right? If you watch my stream yesterday, you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't believe me, okay? Do not believe me. Go and fact check what I'm saying. I gave this trade out yesterday too. I said, as soon as you come down here, boom, this is where you want to start entering shorts. If you had done that, well, look at you now, right? Look at you now. And you can set your stop loss to break even because I don't think we're going above $84,000, right? Why do I think that? Well, we just got a death cross on the 1-hour chart. The blue line is the 50 moving average. The green line is the 200 moving average. The 50 just crossed under it. These things are incredibly downward sloping. This thing is literally the 21 moving average. This is the 100, right? It's at 83.5. That's why I don't think we're going above $84,000 because by the time we try to get up there, I think we're going to get a rejection. Secondarily, we also have this. You got massive, massive resistance at $83,000. And even above that, you've got it at 83.5, the 100 moving average. Okay. You've even got resistance here. Okay. As you can see, Bitcoin is not liking this line either. This is a pivot point. Okay. It is what it is. I'm just reporting the news. Do not shoot the news anchor. Also, I live in Florida. Guns are legal here. Don't shoot the news anchor, man. He's just reporting the news. It is what it is. So in any case, had you entered this short as well, boom. I didn't enter the short at $88,000 either, by the way. I entered it just under 87. Once I received my confirmations, I'm in. I'm averaging in, boom, boom, boom. I did get a little bit of the short at $88,000. I think 88.3, something like that. I think it was like 88.3. Yeah, it was like the tippy top. But, you know, I averaged in. I had a 1.5 Bitcoin position on this. Over 1.5 Bitcoin position, but now I've obviously taken half off of the table, right? $5,500 profit if I just take it off the table now. But honestly, I think this is your target, 76,374. Why? Houseway? Well, if my chart would load, you see why. The previous lows, man. The previous lows, okay? We've already smashed through all these lows. We've taken out the micro uptrend. We had a micro uptrend here. High, low. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So I think micro-wise, we're going to continue in this downtrend. I'm short city all day. right? I'm short city all day. Bitcoin is going down. Okay. We also, this is the 1 day trend channel. Okay. We'll take this cup and handy off of here. If you go to the 1 day chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. Downtrend, very clear downtrend. Immediate rejection from the 50 moving average, rejection from the 200 moving average, boom, downtrend, right? Where's the support on, or the resistance on this? $84,000. In order to be any sort of bullish, you need to be above about 86,700 and some odd dollars right now. And that's because you need to get above this line, and then you need to get above this green line, which is the 200 moving average on the daily chart. Start thinking about reversing, right, to the upside. So yeah, but the good news is that I'm bullish on Bitcoin, right? I'm bearish on this right this second, but I'm bullish on Bitcoin because once we get down into these zones right down here, these are what I call the dumpity dump zones. We're in it, right? And then if we come down here to this previous all-time high, this is the must-hold demand zone, right? From about, I think it's like 66 all the way up to 73.6. This is a good place to be buying. Okay, this is a really good place to be buying. Also, if you look at the fear and greed index, we're getting into those kind of stupid levels. 24, we're about to enter extreme fear. Okay, so right now we're in fear. Once you get to extreme fear, that's where you want to start buying. Okay, that's where you want to start buying. You can see back here, extreme fear, boom, and then we had a nice pump. Okay, so just think about those things. All right, so in any case, I'm going to continue holding my short. That's that. Richard 4 says, boom, I'm here, baby. I'm here. Appreciate you. Let's look at the oscillators and see if the oscillators are oscillating. Are the oscillators oscillating? Yes, they are. They are continuing to go downwards. Okay, so once you get down here, this is extreme buying opportunity. Once you get to 20 or less on the RSI, that is where you absolutely want to buy every single frigging time. Anytime you hit 20, dude, it sparks a massive run up. Okay, this is where you hit 20, right? And then you ran up here from about what? $81,000 to almost 90K. Okay, back here. And then back here you hit 20 almost, and you ran up from 81K to almost, again, 90K. Okay, so just take that into account. At the very least, you ran up to 87K. 87.5. So just take that into account. What are the stochastics doing? Stochastics are just setting lower highs, man. It might reverse back down here and pop right back down, to be honest with you. Especially with all these tariffs. Trump announced 54% tariffs on China, man. China don't like that. We know likey. We know likey 54% tariffs, Trumpy. Tariffs on the whole world, man. We've got all the tariffs. Everybody's getting tariffs. We own the tariffs. We like the tariffs. Those are the tariffs on the whole world. Billions and billions and billions and billions of tariffs on the whole world. There's 60 other countries. The worst offenders. Terrible people. Bad guys. Bad guys, these guys. And we put higher tariffs on them. But everyone's getting tariffs. Even the good guys. Great guys. Still tariff. Tariffs everywhere, man. Tariff city. Okay? So in any case, not a whole lot doing. Not a whole lot of bullish nature here. Can you catch a quick pump up here to $84,000? Set a lower high and then enter a short? Yes, you could. Would I advise doing that, trading against the trend? Not necessarily. I would just be looking for short positions up here whenever you set that higher high or lower high. That's what I would be doing. I mean, that's what I'm doing. You know, it's what I'm doing. That's why I have $5,700 locked in. We'll see. We'll see. And I mean, I went pretty deep on this position. I put like 12K on this, something like that. 12, 13K. I don't know. I didn't go super crazy though. Drew Wolfer and his free 99. He never tells the secrets of his braids. Bro, the secrets of my braids is my smoking hot wife who burns down every building that she steps into. I have to call ahead. Anywhere we go, I can't. It's a burden. taking her out to dinner, it's a burden. I got to call and I got to say, hey, make sure your fire alarms are on. Make sure that the sprinkler systems are up to date. Are your sprinkler systems up to code, right? And they're like, no, well, I can't eat at your restaurant because I'm bringing my wife. Hey, she's smoking hot. She's going to set everything off. She does my braids. She does a really good job. I appreciate her for it. We got G Wood. He's on the drums. I know what he's going to ask about. As always, Solana and Cardano. Okay. Then we've got LD, 74K, and then we bounce. That's a good bounce point. We could go down to 68, 66, and still bounce. How about Litecoin? That is a different one. Nobody's asked that. Yeah, good call on that Cardano bag. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Nobody, just to add context to anybody that wasn't here on the stream yesterday, our Gilbert had 20K in Cardano at 64 cents. And he said, should I be selling this? And that was whenever we were up here. And I said, absolutely. No one's ever going to laugh at you for taking profits at 70 cents whenever you got it at 64 cents, taking a nice 10% bump on it. At least sell half, right? And then let the rest ride. And look where we're at now, under his entry, right? Yeah, set your stop loss. Boom. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm glad you asked, man. It gives me good time to I like helping people, man. I like helping people. This pattern is nullified now, though. The Head and Shoulders, it's gone. That's over. That is over. Okay, let's check some stuff out. I smell a conspiracy. I didn't even see that part. Okay, let's go to Solana. Let's go to Solana first. Anybody that wants me to look at something, drop it in the comments section. Otherwise, I ain't gonna look at it, okay? Because I don't read minds, okay? I can't read minds. I can do a lot of things. I can read charts. Can't read minds. Boom, Solana. Hit that target. We killed that trade. That trade was nasty. That was a beautiful trade. And what did I say? You come under here, you back test it, you short, you aim for here. Everything continues to print on that DW channel, baby. Bang, bang. Holster that. That's all I'm saying, man. Now, obviously, it retested way faster than we thought it would from my chicken scratch prediction. But, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Drew's a verified pro for a reason. Damn. Damn. Ugh. You nasty. You nasty. There is one green in here. 2, 3. FD, First Digital US Dollar. It's a stable coin. I would hope it's green. This thing, Dexy, which is up 1.7% somehow today. And then this thing, Ethena, USDE, which is also a stable coin. So there's 2 stable coins and something no one's ever heard of. We were talking about this yesterday. I was like, dude, the rest of the markets aren't pumping with Bitcoin here. Bitcoin was pumping up. And I was like, that doesn't look good. Okay, so let's look at Solana. Let's look at the retrace. Let's assume that it goes all the way down here. Yeah, your 0.618 retrace is 133. Dude, I was telling people Solana was going to be under $100, man. When this dump happens, that Solana was going to come to, where was it? I think it was like 89 bucks or something like that. Where was it? I don't remember, but it was like 90 bucks or something like that. And I mean, it's happening. It is happening. That is for sure. All right, let's delete this thing. We can get this off of here. Those horizontal rays need to stay. This fib can stay. What's this fib? It's an old school fib. Damn, bro. Whoa. Whoa. Get off of here. Come on. Quit messing with me, Trading View. Damn, dude. I mean, we need to set some more supports up. It's blowing through the supports, man. Look at this. We got to set the more supports. I didn't think we were going to have to go back this far. It's scary here. There's a support. And you get a support. And you get a support. Dude, yeah, $100 and then $83. Maybe you can squeeze out 94. Damn, I don't even like that one. I really don't like that one. I like this one. $84, $100. I mean, dude, the only thing I can say here, if you come back up here and you retest this bad boy, whoops. If you come back up here and you retest this, we need to move this thing off of here. I would say short that. If you come under here, I would say short that. So there's two scenarios. You wrap up to here, short. There's another scenario. You come under here, short, right? Those are shorts, okay? I'm not trading against the trend right now. Until we get bullish confirmation, I mean, you got to take this out. You got to take out that 0.618 and the top end of this wick to start thinking about bullish nature, right? Now, if you want to try and buy the bottom, feel free. I ain't going to hold you. I'm just saying I'm not buying the bottom yet. I don't think this is the bottom. It's just my opinion. What do they say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them and they all stink. Everybody has one. They all stink. I mean, the bear flag is playing out on Cardano right now. Unfortunate to all the Cardano holders. My buddy Greg. So-called 3750. 38%. 75% of the measured move. 44 cents, man. How do I get to my stuff? There it is. There it is. Bear flag. The bear flaggity. What is this thing from? The 1 day chart. Let's check it. Why is TradingView being so ridiculous right now? There we go. I mean, this, yeah, dude, you broken under your previous. Damn. This doesn't look good, R. Gilbert. Just doesn't look good, R. Gilbert. I think this bear flag's going to play out, man. I mean, worst case scenario, you come down here, 54 cents, you get a bounce. You bounce out of this 1 day bull flag. I would say, you know, maybe you could start thinking about longs in the 54 cent range. I would not be thinking about longs anywhere yet right now. Let's give you a secondary long. Somewhere in this range. Drop it under there. What would that be? Take it up to the top end of the trend channel. 5x risk to reward if you go to the full measured move. 13 risk to reward. Jeez. That's a killer trade, but I would say more something like this. I want to look at the hourly on Cardano, though. Why is TradingView being so boring and not helping me do anything? I think we got to zoom out on this. Cardano's chart looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is your floor right here. Like you're under it right now. Like, this is your floor, bro. That's it. Like, let's zoom in on it, make sure. Yeah, dude, that's your floor right there. If you want to be super generous with it, call it right there. As you can see, it's respected it. Boom. 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 And bang, right? So if you lose this level, this is short city, in my opinion. And I'm probably targeting right here, these lows, at about 52 cents. Then I would start thinking about longs. And I would set my stop loss like ridiculously tight on this. So again, if you've been here for long enough, you know how I trade. I trade off of confirmations, man. So this is what needs to happen in order for you to enter a short here. Boom, break and retest, confirmation candle, right? Or if you get a bounce here, you could think about longing it, but you can't take it. In my opinion, you can't take it that far. Maybe you can take it to these highs, but do we have a fib that we can show? I mean, I don't even like this because this is such an outlier. I don't really like this for technicals. Yeah, I mean, 618 takes you to 97 cents. But remember, this is when they did that market manipulation BS where Trump was like, oh, US-based coins, and he sent out that tweet. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, right? So, like, if I'm pulling a fib, I would rather pull the fib from, like, right here just to be safe. So, I mean, let's just do it. Let's just be safe. 87 cents. 87 cents. At the very most, 97 cents. You could be targeting that for a long, right? If you catch this bounce, boom, bam, you could be targeting that for a long. Very, very tight. Stop loss 15R trade. This one's 10 on a short, right? Let's look at Litecoin. That's Cardano in a nutshell, man. What we were talking about yesterday played out almost exactly. I'm pretty sure we have a chart on Litecoin. Every time I say that I'm pretty sure we have a chart, we don't have a chart. I'm the worst streamer in the entire world. I don't even look at my charts before I come in here. I don't clean anything up. I am absolutely horrible. Pivot point. Massive resistance now. Yeah, you're in this channel, bro. You've just set a new lower low, too, unfortunately. This low took them out. This thing's bearish. This thing's going down, bro. This thing's bearish. I would enter a short. Where's my fib tool? I would enter a short somewhere in this realm if I'm trading anything. So I'm going to enter. That's a long. Guys, take advantage of this. I am not going to give people free trades forever. I promise you that. Like, the Discord is coming. I will not give people free trades forever. Take advantage of this while it lasts and make your requests. That's a 4x risk to reward. You enter at that previous, unless it blasts through it. If it blasts through it, you don't want to enter, right? But if you come up and you retest this, and the 200 or the 100 moving average, which is this red line, comes down, intersects it, boom, you'd want to be shorting. So there's your one short position, right? So you swing up here somehow, which I don't think you're going to do. And then there's your second short position, which is this, right? And then you print that out. That's easy. And you put your stop loss here, and then you target some serious, serious lows, man. You could target here if you wanted to, these previous swing lows, but ultimately it's probably going to come down to here. 60 bucks. That's a 3x risk to reward if you've got your stop loss set super loose. If you got it set super tight, you got a 10x risk to reward on that. That's Litecoin in a nutshell, man. XRP. XRP. Here we go. Here we go. This is where you're going to start getting your ability, because we know what this purple box is, right? It's the must hold zone, but what I'm calling it now is the no fly zone, right? This is the no fly zone. Now, if you come under here, you're shorting. If you go above it and you confirm candles outside of it, you retest it, boom, you're longing to here, right? That's a 3x risk to reward. The short, which is what I'm going to weight it more heavily towards, is going to be 6x risk to reward almost. Dude, I mean, I would almost say if you get up here and you bearishly retest this again, you might enter a short already, right? Up here even. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin's at 82K. It's trying. But I'm going to show you what's going on with Bitcoin here in a second, because I already see a charting pattern. So, yeah, XRP has not changed. Same thing as what we were talking about yesterday. Okay, so Stellar has now done the full 0.618 retrace. Look at that. Of this. Boom. It hit the 0.5. It hit the 0.5 again. Now it's dropped down to the 0.618, right? Now here's the problem. We need to move this up. 0.618 retrace. You got under it. Okay. You're rejecting off of the trend channel yet again. Very well respected trend channel. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, right? So my bias is you're probably coming down here to this 1.618 extension. That's where you would think about entering longs. I would have wanted to enter a short here. You got rejections. Here, let's take this long off and this fib. You got rejections at all of the moving averages here, right? And you've got a bearish moving average pattern. 200 moving average is above the 100, which is above the 50, which is above the 21, which is above the 9. Bearish charting or moving average pattern. Double rejection from the 100. No candles closed above even the 50. Boom, that's short city all day. If you get a retrace to the top end of this channel, I'd be shorting it. It's very simple. You can set your stop loss out here if you really want to. You just put it above the 200 moving average, wherever it's at, and then boom, you target the bottom end of this channel, man. And that is a massive, massive trade. 6x risk to reward on that. Once you start getting down here, that's where you can start thinking about longing, okay? You can start thinking about longing maybe here or here, okay? Let's look at that fib. I wouldn't even long there. I would long here. I would start longing at about 12 cents. 13 cents, sorry, about 13 and a half cents. Wherever you are here, this is your support. The bottom end of this trend channel. That's XLM. G Wood on the drums. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Used to play the drums back in the day. We got Bitcoin Sniper with the super chat. He says, look, I want my TA done. I'll even pay you for it. I appreciate you, my friend. Bit Sniper says he wants Bit Tensor DAO done. No problem. Pretty sure we already got a chart on this somewhere. Of course, we don't have it on Coinbase. Maybe Binance. Nothing. Maybe buy bit. Dude, I swear we've done a chart on this before, but in any case, whatever. Don't care. We'll get to it. This thing's in a massive downtrend. Let's get to the daily chart, see what's going on up there. Oh, yeah. I mean, you're reaching your floor, man. You're reaching your floor. I mean, here's your supports right here. This is very key integral level that you're hitting right now. Like, technically, you're under the floor. Barely, right? Like Donna Goodo would say, okay?
Barely.
Barely. You are barely under that. And then this is your kind of last-ditch effort at $164. It's like the lowest it's ever been, right? Yeah, I mean, you're in a clear downtrend. You got to break this trend channel. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking super hot right now on the daily chart. Let's say, did we get a confirmed... Jesus. Did we get a confirmed break? We did. If you close this candle here, this is where you short. Again, you have to close this candle under the close of this daily candle right here, okay? Now, you could get a retrace up to this 21 SMA, okay? So I would set my stop loss outside of that 21 SMA. But it doesn't give you a very good risk to reward if you do that, okay? So I would be more inclined to set my stop loss super tight. And then if it does hit the 21 SMA, I would just re-enter my short there. And I would get a way bigger risk to reward, right? So those are kind of the trades that I'm seeing right now. Once you get down here, I mean, let's see what that move is, right? Oh, dude, that's a massive move. That's like a 20% move. If you can even get that low, right, you might only get down to about, 193. But this is where you start entering longs, right? Because you've got your floor here. Assuming that the fundamentals line up on this. I don't know much about BitTensor myself. But if the fundamentals are lining up, this is a real company with a real use case with some real business. This is a good place to start entering longs, okay? Where's my long tool? And I mean, these longs are going to be targeting like ridiculous, redonkulous upside, right? So what you would do is you would take your Fibonacci and you would pull it from the swing high to wherever the low is. As it sits, the low is right here. Say the low does come down to here. Then you would be targeting the 0.618, right? And what would happen is that would get you above the 50, the 100 moving average, and it would get you outside of this, right? And then you can use this as support for your long position, right? And then you're saying, boom. You've got a 7x risk to reward on that, assuming you set a very loose stop loss. If you set a tight one, talking 10x or better, right? But what you need to see happen is this. Come up above this and then bounce. And then you're going to start targeting some serious upside. Because once you take out this high, you look at this one, you look at this one, right? And then after that, you see where it goes. But that's how you can kind of check out the 0.1 or the 1.618, 2.618 fibs and things of that sort to understand where it could be going from there. So those are your trades, man. Yeah, appreciate you. G Wood on the drums. No problem. Let's get back to Bitcoin. That Bitcoin, man. That Bitcoin, brother. The Bitcoin, man. Yeah, that Bitcoin, bruh. Okay. This is what has to happen on Bitcoin. You got to get these daily candles to turn around, come here first, bounce off of that, and then take out this 200 SMA, right? This is about to be a death cross, okay? The 50 crossing the 200, that is a death cross. That is a massive bearish sign, okay? So what you need to do is you probably need to just flush out down to here, curl back up, reclaim this, boom. And that's where we need to go, right? But you have to reclaim this 200 moving average. And once this 50 gets under it, you got to reclaim that first. But the very first thing that you have to do is get outside of this downtrend. Okay, this downtrend, once you get a break and a retest of it, that's long city. I'm buying hella altcoins at that point. So watch that level. Okay, it will change every single day. If you wanted to break that level today, you got to be above 85. If you want to break that level tomorrow, you got to be above 84.3. If you want to break that level the next day, Monday the 7th or whatever, you got to be above 83.7. See what I'm saying? You got to trail that. You got to trail that stuff. That stuff. Give my aquapana. Damn it, Trump. It was supposed to be Trump pumps all 2025, man. Help me, Tom Cruise, because we got the Trump dumps, man. Elon, bro. Start taking Tesla payments in Bitcoin or something, dude. I don't really care. I'm going to make money on the shorts, as evidenced by the fact that I'm making money on the shorts. I've got my money on the sidelines, man. My money is on the sidelines, ready to deploy into all the altcoins that you could ever think of. All these. All of them. Once we hit the bottom. And I'm not saying that I'm going to time the bottom perfectly. I didn't time the top perfectly. Well, I kind of did. I told everybody to short here. We made a bunch of money. We wrote it down to like right there. Go check the channel. Back on January 20-something. We did kill it on this trade, actually. So I did kind of call the top, but whatever. Be that as it is. You don't have to buy the exact bottom to get good positions. I mean, like, let's just... I know everybody's super pissed off right now. But, like, when's the last time you saw ETH for $17.50? Honestly, what's ETH going to be worth in 5 years? 15K? Who cares? Buy it at $17.50 then, right? When's the last time you saw Avalanche sub 20, right? Coming down nearer to $15. That's all I'm saying, man. It's down 61% on the year. It was just at $50 earlier this year. Its low is $16.55. This is 2022 bear market lows, almost. I think it went down to like $12, something like that. Sonic token at 40 cents when just earlier this year it was at $1. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, these are buying opportunities. If you're not going to buy once we start to kind of hit our curl, like once we start to curl and we start to take this thing out right here, you are dumb if you don't buy when we do that. And I'm telling you this in advance. So please. Jason Horn, man. That sucks, bro. Follow me on Twitter too, bro. Because I know they're alerting people on Twitter. Follow my Twitter and then hit the notification bell on there too. If it's not working on YouTube. I don't know what the problem is with YouTube. I think they shadow banned me for talking about the two things that I'm not going to mention, but they rhyme with Shmeeby BCs, and the BIA and USDC, and it rhymes with weather. So I'm not going to mention it because I don't want them to shadow ban me any more than they already have. I'd like my streams to actually get some people on them because I believe we're delivering some serious value here. I'd like to help some people learn how to trade and make money, right? Make some money for some, where we at? Where's my handy dandy transition? My hashtag Friday Pie Days, which is tomorrow. You got to be able to eat pizza on Fridays, man. You got to be able to eat pizza on Fridays, and I'm trying to help people do that. And not hospital pizza, like Richard Four has to do. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, he said, okay, cool. Yeah, just make sure you're following, bro. I mean, I have no control over it. I wish I could just like send you a carrier pigeon like Harry Potter or something, send you an owl. It's like, yo, the bliggity, the bliggity. The kiggity carrier pidgety, right? Nothing I can do. So with that being said, I mean, this is where we got to be, right? We got to break outside of this. From a micro perspective, you got to get above these moving averages, man, which I just don't see us getting above $84,000 right now. And we also got the bear fliggity that's playing out right now down to $78,000, right? Or $79,000. We had the cup and handle that we called perfectly yesterday. Everybody made money on that. And then we've got the rising wedge, man. And we've broken down outside of it. So we're retesting it right now. And that's going to also take us down to, $78,000, right? Unfortunately, right? So in my opinion, you really need to get above 84.3 right now, like literally right now. But I don't think we're going to. I don't think we got the juice, man. I don't think that the RSI is bottomed out yet. Not even close. It's got a long ways to go, okay? I also don't think that the stochastics are bottomed out yet. I think the stochastics can come up here, set a lower high, and then just come right back down. Just because the stochastics pump does not mean that price goes up, okay? Evidenced by this one right here. Okay, look at this pump on this. And we'll zoom in on the chart. And look what happened here. This was the bottom of your stoke, right? Right here. At, let's say you even bought the biggity bottom of it, right? 82.5. And it pumped to what? 85.5 at the top. And then it just curled and bam, slammed back down. $3,000 pump for this big of a pump on the oscillator. That's all I'm saying, man. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what is going on? Why is my chart looking like this? Okay. So we could literally range sideways and barely go up, and this oscillator will go all the way up here, and then we just dump again. We got the signal line potential rejection coming here. We'll see what happens, man. 4-hour chart doesn't look any better, okay? Because guess what? 84.3. You've got right here, right? And you've got your 200 moving average right there, or your 50 moving average, right at 84.3, right? 84.2. And then at 84.9, you've got your 200 moving average, right? And as you can see, Bitcoin just dumps from it every time it reclaims it. It reclaims it, dumps from it. Reclaimed it, dumped from it. Reclaiming it, dumped from it, right? So, I mean, could you come up to $84,000? My bias is if we come up here to $84,000, I'm probably going to put 5K down on a short. Just being real. The 0.5 Bitcoin I took off in profit right here, I'm going to put it right back on in position. That's what I'm going to do. So just watch these levels, man. Watch these levels. Okay? Called out super awesome gold trades. Friggin' animal. We've got a bull flag on gold right now, as you can see. Could bring us to a new all-time high. Here's my trade. You're welcome. Right? That's it. So with that being said, hopefully that is helpful to everybody, man. Let's run through the comments section really quick. No notifications. The bliggity. We got, great content and even more. For the free 99, man. For the free 99. Drew doesn't get to make money. I'm looking forward to the book and charts. Yeah, I'm getting those up, man. Trust me. I should have all that stuff. All of those documents should be done being edited by the end of this weekend. They will look very similar to this, right? They will be very branded, professional. You will love them. They will be straight and to the point. I promise you. We will have the candlesticks reference document. They will be very in-depth, very good documents. I will give you an entire book on how to trade for free. And as Gianni said, man, make ETH great again. I will see you in the next stream. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Make sure you follow. Hit the follow button if you're here on Twitter. We're taking gains every single day. I swear to God, we're taking gains every single day. I've handed people more trades, more winning trades than I can count in the past couple of months. It's free to follow. It's free to learn. take advantage of it while it's free is all I got to say. With that being said, the mini tags and your market cipher reference link is I know, dude. I don't know why my market cipher link is broken. Is what it is. But with that being said, everybody, make sure you hit the follow button on Twitter. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell. Comment anything that you think I missed, anything you're thinking, any altcoins you want me to look at in the relevant sections. Let's see how all this stuff plays out into the Friday closes tomorrow. So with that being said, see you in the next stream. Thank you so much for showing up. Truly, it means a lot to me. I appreciate you all. Peace.